Welcome to Sex Positive Gaming. I'm Annie, and today I want to talk about the recently released demo of Wildlife on Steam. This open-world action-adventure is available for PC on Steam with additional builds and content available for PC on their Patreon. So I originally wasn't planning on specifically covering this demo, beyond touching on it in the new Steam releases in November video. I mean, I can't very well do a first impression review on a game that I've already covered back in March. But you all were very vocal in requesting that I talk about the game, the Kickstarter, and what I think about the overall development cycle. I mean, that is totally a reasonable request. The trailer looks amazing, and I probably should have covered it the day it was released on Steam. Even my mom said when she was watching the November video that this actually looks like a real video game. Why didn't you review this? My bad. First off, this demo looks great. The combat and mechanics are decent, and there are 10 monsters to fight, 10 statues to collect, and 5 sexual interactions to uncover. While there are many Unreal Engine games on Steam that look and feel this way, this is a totally different adult content experience from just another college harem visual novel. And I think that is the most important nuance when talking about Wildlife. Yes, it has been in development for over 4 years already, but they've had to build the sexual interaction mechanics from the ground up. Want to make an open world action RPG on Unreal Engine? You can have a playable build in a month, easily. There are so many available assets and techniques for combat, harvesting, and monsters. But if you want them to have sex, you are basically on your own. As of right now, Wildlife has 16 unique characters and creatures that can engage in hundreds of different fully animated sexual interactions. Seriously, there are a ridiculous number of positions and variations in the current Patreon builds that this demo only touches on. So if you are on the fence about backing this Kickstarter, I think this game is a lot closer to completion than this demo would lead you to believe. It is still going to be a while, but quests and combat and story are much easier to create than building an interactive sex system from the ground up. How much can I show of this game? Not a lot. There is a censoring option in the game settings, but it is nowhere near sufficient to meet YouTube's guidelines. So you all will get to explore this free demo on your own. Well, unless you live in Germany. The fact that this is being created by a German development team, but Germany prohibits its citizens from playing this on Steam is a delicious irony. I mean, I could spend an entire video on the fascinating and highly hypocritical relationship that Germany has had with sex and sexuality during the 20th and 21st centuries. But that would probably get me in trouble with YouTube for all new reasons. Flavor-wise, this is an incredibly diverse selection. While the demo uses a male protagonist with an unlockable female protagonist for the flight segment, the existing content on Patreon has both heterosexual and homosexual interactions, as well as monsters, group, sci-fi, fantasy, futanari, power exchange, and furry. And no, I'm not going to get dragged into another monster furry debate. Is it a risk backing this game on Kickstarter? Of course it is, but I think it's a reasonable risk. This is not one of those ridiculous MMOs that people can't seem to stop themselves from backing on Kickstarter. I expect to see real progress and a lot of new playable content over the next year. So if you like what this game represents and the flavors that it offers, I recommend backing this project. Let me know what you think. Are you planning on backing this game? What are you most excited or concerned about? And most importantly, did the developers of this game watch Avatar and say to themselves, you know what would make this perfect? Rhinoceroses. Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's supporters on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you.